Welcome to a grayscale edition of Instant Replay. Nice shirt, Bobby, but we've got plenty coming for you. Red, yellow, and all the gray area in between. And we start where else but in Atlanta? Get yourself a drink and maybe some Cheez-Its, because we're going to go through a laundry list of calls here. Baldemaro Toledo is the referee, and the VAR is Alex Chilowitz, and it gets started in the 15th minute when Leandro Gonzalez-Perez gets a yellow card for an elbow up into the face of Nicholas Lodeiro. I think we agree there, Bobby, but I think this should have been his second yellow. Rewind it back, go back to this dive at the top of the box, and come on, that's clear embellishment. It's not in the 18, which is normally where I'd save my yellow cards, but he clearly attempts to deceive the referee with that late and theatric drive. Should have been a red card on the second.
Atlanta got off the hook there, but Andrew, I think the more obvious one that they should feel lucky about came in the 27th minute. Joseph went for this ball with Stephen Fry, and Chad Marshall did not like how Martinez stuck his foot in. So Marshall tried to defend his goalkeeper, shoves Martinez in the back, and what does Martinez do in retaliation? He headbutts Chad Marshall in the face. He goes head into Marshall's dome. Now there's no red card given here, but Andrew, I don't understand how we can see anything but an action to a face, which should have been a red card.
Yeah, look, two guys can put their heads together, no problem with that, but Joseph pushes, and for me, that's what makes it a headbutt. Nothing on the field, but I'd be surprised if this did not go to the disciplinary committee. Now let's go to the 29th minute, and Atlanta's gonna feel aggrieved by this one, and I think they should. Chris McCann is going for this corner kick in. Yeah, Kim Ki-hee bear hugs him, two arms around him, around the neck too. That's WWE stuff, and it should have been a penalty.
Bears would be proud of that hug, Andrew.
The laundry list continues into the 33rd minute. We go. Will Bruin takes a shot that looks to be on goal, but Leandro Gonzalez-Perez blocks it. But with what? Up on replay, it is his arm. There's no call here, and Toledo goes to his ear for the check, but not to the screen, and I think that was a mistake. For me, this is a penalty kick. I know, he's got little time to react, but LGP knows the shot is coming. He knows he's going to try to block it. He originally tucks that right arm, but then when he turns, it pops out. He gains advantage, makes himself bigger, stops the shot on goal. That's a PK for me.
I disagree with you, Andrew, but the only way to really give the context is move to the 44th minute. Here we saw a similar scenario. Harry Shipp shoots the ball and it hits Franco Escobar's hand. This time, after Toledo goes to the ear, he then goes to the screen, and video review deems it a penalty kick. Now, why is this one a penalty kick but the last one wasn't? Well, there's two things. First of all, it's the distance the ball traveled to get to the player's hand. On LGP, it was just a yard or two. This one, the ball traveled 5 or 6 yards. That's a big important difference. Also, on LGP, his hand was down. It wasn't raised. It was down by his side. Yes, out a little bit, but in a more natural position. Escobar's wasn't. His hand is out to the side, making his body bigger. Those are two important distinctions for referees to look at.
I think you explained that well, Bobby, but I still think both were PKs. We finished in the 96th minute when Miguel Almiron goes down in the box after contact, or we think, from Gustav Svensson. I didn't see any replays here, but for me, the contact's not enough to give a PK. Almiron's got to be stronger. In this situation at this time, no PK. They can drain my bank account, but I'm going to TCF Bank Stadium next. That's because Mike Pecky went off after this game between the Loons and RSL. Alan Kelly's the referee, and the VAR's Katja Koroleva, and they had a lot to look at here. 20th minute, Rasmus Schuler with the nasty tackle on Danilo Acosta. The play's checked, but there's no review recommended. The yellow card comes out, but it should have been a red. Are you kidding me? Extended straight leg, studs to the leg, above the ankle with excessive force. He certainly endangered the safety of Danny Acosta. I don't know how he escaped.
Here's the thing. Remember that ridiculous Schuler tackle earlier in the season that wasn't given a red card? Why do we give red cards, Andrew? It's not to punish, it's to keep it from happening again. I say this every week on this show, and I also want to say, you know who agrees with me? Mike Pecky.
Schuler goes in on a Danny Acosta who's in behind the midfield line, studs up a foot off the ground, stud showing into his leg. If he is a foot to the left of Danny, face on, he breaks his leg.
Pecky's spot on. It's a matter of luck that Acosta's leg didn't get broken.
But I'm going to have to disagree with Mike Pecky on this play in the 52nd minute. It's the play that got him chucked from this game. Darwin Quintero and Justin Glad are jockeying for a long ball at the top of the box, and down goes Justin Glad. He wants to foul. It's not given by Kelly, and look what happens. Quintero gets the play going, and he feeds Ibsen. Goal. Look, Glad goes down. There was a little extension by Quintero, but never a foul for me. Glad embellishes the force on this one. I think he got his footwork wrong. Sometimes it's called, and I bet nobody would complain too much if it was in this case, but the defender took the chance and paid for it. Fine with the no call, certainly nothing there that's clear and obvious to change it. Let's go to Red Bull Arena for Red Bulls and Sporting Kansas City. Kevin Stott is the referee, and we get things started in the 4th minute. Bradley Wright Phillips scores, but the flag is up. Only there's no whistle from Kevin Stott, which means it can be reviewed. They go back and review and see, yep, he's in an onside position. Thanks to Emiliano Amor. Good call by the refereeing crew in VAR, Matt Franz. Now, let's go to the 35th minute. Tim Parker and Gerso Fernandez come together in the box, and Gerso goes down. He wants a PK, and I agree with him. There is contact to the back of his leg, the left one in particular, initiated by Parker, and Gerso's absolutely within his rights to screen the ball. I think live this should have been a PK, but I can understand why Franz did not take it to VAR. I don't think it's clear and obvious on review.
So that's one where SKC might have had a penalty. It came up again in the 91st minute. The Red Bulls are up 3-2 at this point. Daniel Shalvey gets a touch on the ball, and Kamar Lawrence takes him down. Kevin Stott says no foul, keep playing.
And I'm okay with that. I can't see the extent of the contact, and there's no replay for us to take a closer look at this one.
You're right, the angles are a little sketchy, but based on what we're seeing here and saw on the broadcast, that's definitely a penalty kick.
You know what's also definitely a PK? This play in the 36th minute in NYCFC Columbus. Giassi Zardes goes into the box and he goes down. Maxime Chinot steps on his foot. Only Zardes gets a yellow card for embellishment. Watch this closely. Chinot clearly steps on him.
This is the same thing as Justin Glad. Did Giassi Zardes overdo it, or was he actually fouled and the only way the referee sees it is to fall? I'm with you, Andrew. I think it should have been a penalty. At the same time, I appreciate Villarreal giving the yellow card if he felt it was a dive. He was brave enough to make a decision, and I'm okay with him giving the yellow card if he felt that.
What do you think about this play in the 93rd minute? Eduardo Sosa charges Maxi Morales, and Villarreal does not hesitate. He says, violent conduct, red card, he gone. What do you think?
If it was just the charge, I wouldn't have given the red card. But Andrew, you can see at the very end, Sosa lifts his elbow up into Maxi Morales' face. That is an undeniable, unquestionable red card once that happened.
Forget the elbow, although that clearly makes it violent conduct. I'm giving a red card for this all day, every day. Come on, man. He charges him. He tries to take him down. That's violent conduct. It's off the ball. What are you doing, Eduardo Sosa? And that's all from us here on Instant Replay presented by Cheez-It. Let us know what you think, and we'll catch you next week.